Here with Calvin Rohde to preview the 2023 Concordia Cross Country season, and quickly approaching the first meet as we record this interview. For you, it's year 4 at Concordia. What maybe feels different from the previous 3 years of being at Concordia?
It's different being, the guy now, the team captain and a senior on the team. People that I've run with for the past 3 years aren't here anymore. It's weird thinking that this will be the last time I run at some of these meets, but a lot of it does still feel the same as well.
Just building off of last year, I know there are those ups and downs that you experience. What can you say about how maybe last year is motivating you to really achieve big things this cross country season?
So all in all, last year it was a pretty good year for me and for the team. And I got faster. I ran decently well, just except for the GPAC meet, underperformed and didn't end up qualifying for nationals. But the team was second, so it was kind of a weird mix of good and bad things that happened. But that individual performance is definitely motivating me for GPAC and really for all year. Just motivating me to perform well, run mentally strong, whether I'm feeling good or not.
Sure. You're from Reed City, Michigan. What is it that brought you to Concordia?
So my parents both went to Concordia River Forest, Chicago. So I was familiar with the Concordia system, and so I visited Chicago and I visited here as well. And I thought, the cross-country track program was a big reason why I came out here, because the music program they have a great music program at Chicago and here obviously too. So.
How does Seward, Nebraska compare to your hometown?
It's actually a little bigger. A lot of people say Seward. It's a small town, small college town, but it's still bigger than where I grew up. And so it's nice to have a Walmart in town. But I like the close community here.
2 grocery stores and a Dollar General.
Yeah.
We've got it made. Now that you're a veteran of kind of the Concordia experience, what have you enjoyed most about your journey as a Bulldog so far?
Probably that close community that I mentioned before. Not only Seward is a small town, but you'll see people pretty much anywhere you go on campus here. And Coach pays attention, does a good job of paying close attention to everyone on the team. I feel like I'm connected to everyone on the team.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned it too. The team placed second last year, which was a kind of a breakthrough. How motivated do you feel like this team is just to kind of maybe try to equal or even surpass what happened last year?
We had our team goal meeting yesterday, and that was one of our goals, second or better in the GPAC. We were second place by 1 point, so 1 point from third last year. And Dorp, the winner, they won the national meet, which was very impressive for them, and also kind of encouraging for us to know that the only team who beat us went on to win the whole thing. And so we're motivated to repeat that performance. And Dorp, they have some good returners for sure. They'll be a force again, but we'll be gunning for them. So.
You've experienced nationals for track and cross country. How do those kind of experiences maybe stand out differently from just regular meets? There's certainly people from all over the country when you go to a big meet.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. You'll see a lot of times athletes are staying in the same area or in the dorms, Indiana Wesleyan, or in the same hotel. So you'll kind of get used to seeing people around, and there's this attitude of, you can kind of tell everyone is there to compete. Everyone's qualified to be there. So there's kind of a different attitude than some other meets. We want to carry a competitive attitude to every meet, but there's a lot of good athletes at nationals, and you can tell.
For sure. Not everyone's wired to be a distance runner, and it can be painful to run a lot. What motivated you to want to be a distance runner?
It did hurt a lot more when I started out, so I'm not sure why I really continued. But my mom she was actually didn't become a distance runner till after college, really. But she would go on runs, and I started going on runs with her, and then joined cross country in 8th grade, and I guess had a good enough time to do it again the next year, and I started finding success the more I trained. So it was a combination of, I guess, of getting better and having some success, and then I always enjoyed the team as well. I was blessed with a good team in high school too.
Well, just the moment maybe you're most proud of so far in your college career.
Cross country wise, I had a GPAC my sophomore year, so that was up in Orange City. Would that be 2021? Had a breakthrough race there. First time I qualified for nationals in any event. That's a pretty good memory for me.
How about a few quick questions? How do people typically pronounce your last name? What's the worst?
There's not too much you could really do with it, but most of the time it's Rohde,
Yeah.
Calvin Rohde.
You've gotten used to that.
Yeah.
What's one word to best describe Coach Beisel?
Caffeinated.
One word to best to describe this team this season.
Focused.
Been asking people their kind of their go-to place to eat, whether it's Seward or maybe Lincoln area.
Ever since Domino's opened, that's a pretty easy post-indoor meet dinner, and just continue to cross country.
It's easy to work that off with some long runs. Then.
Yeah. You got to carb up.
You posted on Instagram. Maybe you'd never done the gritty before.
Oh yeah.
have you learned what that is?
No.
Okay.
It took me a minute to find it in the video. I was like, I must have missed it the first time. I was like, what does he mean?
And the last thing, you talked about your involvement in music. Kind of what's the next step, I guess, once you graduate, or is that still too far away?
Considering some graduate work.
Yeah.
I'd get a degree in either piano performance or it'd be piano performance and pedagogy.
Okay.
And I'll be getting my music education degree here with the LTD, so I could teach in a Lutheran school.
What do you have a favorite song that you like to play?
Oh, people ask me that, and I never know what to say. It changes. It changes. I don't really know.
But you've tried even popular songs of today and stuff like that, or
a lot of those it's just following a chord sheet, so it's not as much like rote practice with those.
Okay.
Those are certainly fun to play, but there's a lot more times and repetition spent in piano repertoire.
Mm-hmm.
So.